What is up, guys, and welcome back to another City Skylines stream, and we are back in the beautiful, ever-growing city of Petra Vallis, and we're taking a look at the lovely new international airport that we squeezed into the city last time we were building. And the unique thing about this airport is that it actually is on, let's see if we can see it, an island all by itself, which creates the interesting problem of us having to build a lot of crazy bridges. And we put some temporary ones in, but I think we can do better. Hey, what's up, Chef? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing this evening? Glad you can join us. Alright, yeah, because this is okay, but I think we might just need some sort of expressway system for these peninsulas over here. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking is going to be the solution to this. Because it's a bit crazy. But we do like the crazy. So let's see what we can do. Because we have this highway, expressway little thing going on. I'm thinking maybe we'll continue it along down here. Through there, we can delete those couple buildings. That way it can come and replace this bridge, but also continue on down to the tourism. Let's give that a shot. Let's see how that's doing. Thanks again for the raid. No problem. It was actually, I'm really glad I raided that stream, because the ukulele playing was fantastic. And it's actually not weird that you say that, because other people said that. I mean, I still think it's weird that people think I have a nice voice, but it's definitely not the first time someone has said that in the chat, so even if I don't think I have a nice voice, you guys are a lot nicer to me than I am to myself. So let's try to get this bridge in. There we go. That's going to come right along that entire bridge. Start on that side. Hey, what's up, Milan? Welcome. Don't think anyone likes the sound of their own voice. I think that is like an actual thing, though, where because the sound that we hear when we're talking to ourselves is different than the sound that other people hear, because, you know, we're hearing it within our own head. So I think there's actually like some scientific philosophy behind people not liking their own voice. Kind of the same way how you don't normally recognize yourself in pictures as easily as you do like a mirror, because you're used to seeing yourself in a reflection. I don't know. That's all. That's getting crazy. That's getting all the philosophy Johns. And did I just really say Johns? I think I did. I'm gonna have a stern talking to with myself. Alright, let's get rid of... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Just the nodes of the bridge. Oh, just this bridge. Alright, I'll raise that up to be nice and level. It actually is pretty level on this side already. Do this little bit of detailing later. It just kind of bugs me that they're slightly not the same height, especially since we have ferries going under them. That looks pretty good. We can come back and fix it a little more later. We are going to get rid of these little bit of offices, which is sad, but it's just offices, so we don't really care. No one's going to miss them. And I think we're also going to have to get rid of this pathway. But maybe not. Maybe we can have that. I guess we will. Alright, pathway's going away. But we'll keep the trees. The trees can stay. And this is going to continue on all the way, I guess, over this bridge. Haven't really planned that out too well, but then we can do some connecting to there. Let's have some sort of on-off system coming down to the airport, and then also providing a through road, or unless we want to turn it, we may want to curve it, have it follow this road. Going a little more like that, yeah. Don't want to interfere with the beautiful temple we have going on. Almost good looking. We can curve it and then curve it back to make it a little nicer. And then, yeah, what we're gonna do here, I guess we do have a little bit of space behind the buildings here on the rocky terrain that we could actually throw some ramps in, maybe do a very small trumpet or something. And then we come over here, and this is where it gets really tricky, because we could potentially go underground with it right at the cliff face, which I think could look cool. It's just getting past this bridge, which is going to be the tricky part. So let's just delete you for now. We'll focus on the highway, because that's our main agenda right now, is just getting our highways to actually work. If we go to there, and then come to here, but go underground with it, yeah, we can go right into the center of the earth, which looks a little funky. Maybe if we pulled it back a little bit, it wouldn't look as weird, because it is kind of protruding the cliff a bit. If we dragged it all the way back, oh, and lowered it a lot, that looks a little better. And then from there, we don't need to worry about how it looks underground. But we are going to replace this bridge. And is that parallel to that? It doesn't look like it is. But maybe it's just an illusion of the earth. I also don't want it to be this bridge, but we can always go back and fix that. And we'll have it go to there. Oh, and it will actually let us do that. As crazy as it looks, it will actually let us do it. And how far can we pull this back? Oh, we could go to about there, I'd say, without it looking too crazy. Make it not a roller coaster. It is a road, not a roller coaster. Oh. And we may not be able to actually connect this road. We might have to... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. The underground one. Let's see if we can do this. Connect a little bit, so we have... Oh, and then there's the underground bits we have to deal with as well. We got it in there, it's connected, and now we can move it around and make it funky. It's always good to move the roads before Or actually connect the roads before you move them, because moving them can do some weird things. All you can think when you watch people play these games is how far the genre has come since original SimCities. Yeah, the SimCities way, way back, the old school. A lot more simplistic, I think is a good way to state it. Oh, that actually looked really good. Even though it might be a little funky, it might be a little scary with that being so close to the water. But we'll do it. I used to play way back when. I never got really too into SimCity, which is kind of ironic because I play so much City Skylines, but I played a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon, so seeing all the amazing things people can do in Planet Coaster kind of gives me those same vibes of like, wow, that is amazing. I used to just put in a fry stand and thought I had a cool theme park. If I had a bobsled luge ride and some ice cream. That was detailing. Alright, that actually looks pretty good in there. Pretty level going all around. But yeah, we want to make this not a actual bridge, preferably. I mean, it probably should be, just for safety purposes, but I think it just looks a little cleaner, and it's a little easier to add the attaching roads in without all the bridge nonsense. There we go. Okay, so now we have an actual expressway. Once we actually connect it up here. And how do we want to connect this? Because currently that's like a normal intersection, sort of. So if we did something just as simple as curving that off to there, would that cause crazy traffic? The other option I'm thinking is some tunnels and only allowing the expressway to be used by people coming or going on the pre-existing expressway and not this intersection down here. So if we did something like that, obviously going the other way, and actually let's put the other side in because that's going to be a little more tricky because we are going to need a tunnel come across and hopefully up to there. Slope too steep. How long does this need to be? That needs to be way longer than I think it should be. Alright, let's move you then. Do we have any room? I guess we have a little bit of room down here if we get rid of this pathway. We do have a pathway in there, so I don't feel bad about deleting it. Come underground. All the way down to there. And you're gonna go over to there. Okay. Now we make it pretty. Grab you. that a little nicer. And that doesn't look too bad. And now what we can do is take some lane adjustments and make it so these guys can only go to the right. So if they come down this expressway this far, it's only because they're trying to get either to this little roundabout here, or the highway, or the other side of the city. And they don't have to worry about messing with the traffic in this sort of crazy intersection. Because it's already a little crazy, this intersection where you guys can go only to there. So there is a little bit of cross traffic on a very crazy highway road, but it's not too bad. And then over here, make it so these guys can't turn left into there. And that looks pretty good, relatively. See if we can maybe make this look a little nicer. That looks much better. It's not cutting into the earth so much. We could also change this to not be going over a little patch of crazy earth there. But actually, I would love it if this had the barriers on it. Indefined, thank you very much for the host and the follow. Welcome. How are you doing? This city is insane. This city is one of my crazier cities, which is really saying something, because I build a lot of crazy cities. But this map actually is really cool, which I got off the workshop, and it really made us kind of think outside the box, because there wasn't a lot of flat land unless we wanted to chop down a bunch of mountains. But we kind of just taking it slow, taking a little bit at a time, filling up the areas that we could. Currently working on filling up down here in the southern part a little bit, trying to connect it up, because we do have a giant mountain sort of right down the middle of the entire city. But today, our focus is kind of on our highway system that we don't actually have too much of. So we're trying to get some more highways in. Alright, if we did that, and actually took some earth away, and do that, oh, no, I want it to be a bridge. But I don't think it's gonna stay a bridge. If we do that, and then that, there we go. It's beautiful. Just the way we wanted it. Make it a little more level. Because I feel like being so close to the water, they would want some sort of guardrail protecting them from flying off into the ocean. And I like that. I think that looks good. Let's just make sure our lanes are still the way they should be. I'm only going to the right. And so now that's connected there. At the entrance, it comes all the way down. And now we'll do something in here. So we'll get rid of this crazy bridge. And this all this highway is mainly because we decided to put the international airport on its own little island out here, which I do think looks cool. And we also have some potential for maybe some tourism or leisure or something out there. Give this island some fun things to do. But we need to get roads to them, which is proven to be a challenge. So if we get this coming right over to here, we get some crazy bridges, and we're probably going to raise it up like we did before. And actually, if we're going to do that, if we're going to raise this up to be a good height for all these ferries to go under, let's actually do a little bit of terraforming down here. So instead of it coming off into the water and then inclining, what we'll do is grab, I think this height is actually a good starting height. It's like the game already knows. So we'll flatten that a little bit there, and then get a nice smooth sort of curve going up towards the cliff. So that way, when we bring the road out, it already is going up a nice natural incline. And then we can just bring it over, and it's already the height that we need it at. B. Mansell, thank you very much for the follow. Okay, that looks pretty good. I can make that a little bit nicer of a curve, but I like the general look of that. And it looks pretty smooth, doesn't look too steep. And then the bridge is nice and flat, because I feel like bridges shouldn't have too much of a difference in height on them. I feel like they should pretty much be the same height all across. Actually, I think it actually declines. It starts way higher than it ends. We might have to raise the height towards the water. So we go down to here. Take a look at it from the side. Yeah, raise it up to be about that height. I think that looks good. And then we'll get our ramps in, and we'll do the easy parts first, where we go from there and about there. So those are the easy bits. And actually, do we want to do this maybe instead of a single two-way highway, do it as two... Actually, we do have a four-lane two-way highway with a barrier. Let's give that a shot. Oh yeah, I like that. Because that way, with the 2 lanes, at the end here, we can make them split off in their own little lanes. If that makes any sense. So this way, the right lane has their own dedicated lane, and the left lane has their own dedicated lane, so just the merging is a little less. We'll see if we can get this over here now. This is the challenging part. Captain Gamer, thank you very much for the follow. Ooh, that is very tall still. Actually, I don't think we have to raise it at all, probably. Just to make it nice and level. Okay, okay, game. Why do you gotta do this to me? Like, what world does that make sense? In the City Skylines world, that's what it is. Alright, that can actually stay nice and flat, which I do like. Go all the way to there. And now, where do we want to do our curvy bits? We could do a sort of half clover leaf, which I think we might have done somewhere else in the city as well, didn't we? Yeah, over here. Maybe we'll do the same sort of deal. Kind of give the city some cohesiveness, like it was kind of designed by the same person. Because it is being designed by the same person, me. But we'll see if it actually lets us do this. And let's do the sort of same thing we did on the other side as well. Where we had an extra sort of side road. So that way the through traffic doesn't have to bother with all the merging of the half cloverleaf, because half cloverleafs have the one sort of design flaw where the incoming on-ramp comes before the exit ramp, which causes some issues sometimes, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll manage. So we'll get that really close as we can. Stretch it just a tad. Oh, that's a little steep there as well. The two times that the heights of the road really get crazy is when you're building either on water or on a cliff. And we're doing both right here, so the fact that we're getting this to even be remotely the same height is a miracle to me. But we're getting that in. It is going the right way, so I did something right. Going into there. So now our two-way road with the barrier, we'll keep the barrier, go into there, and coming across to that crazy height. Perfect. Now we'll do the ramps, or attempt to do the ramps, and we'll do a little curve. I don't think we can get away with it being too big. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. So lower it. Come down. And link it up. And then make it look nicer, because that is way too steep of a curve. Oh, hello. Yeah, definitely bring it down nice and gently. Don't want them flying off a cliff. Even though it still actually looks pretty steep. It's got a weird bump to it. Maybe if we lower that bit all the way. Do something like that. That's not too bad. I feel like that's acceptable. Might be a little crazy, but it is acceptable. What's the road editor tool I keep using? It is the Move It mod, and it's actually only one of the 2 mods that I use. Well, technically 3 if you include the 81 tiles mod. But yeah, the Move It mod, I'm not a huge mod user, but ever since I started using this one, it's almost kind of become a necessary tool to just build roads sometimes, because sometimes City Skylines means well, but they won't let you do something that you think it should let you do. So just getting some curves nice and changing the levels of the heights after you've already drawn the road, it really can help just add a lot of good looking roads to your city. And you can use it for more than just roads. You can use it for train tracks, trees if you really wanted to. get it to attach, and then we can fix it up. Oh yeah, 'cause it is looking like a funky pretzel. Also, always make sure you draw your roads in the right direction before you move them, because after you move them, the game kind of freaks out a little bit. Doesn't really want you touching them. Okay, that looks not too shabby. That looks pretty good. This one still looks kind of weird over here. I think it's because we actually lowered that too much. Jahir, thank you very much for the follow. Some funky looking ramps, but also not too bad. Hey, what's up, Soxley? Welcome. And Tune to Sub, welcome as well. Okay, there we go. That actually looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So now, anyone wanting to... Also, we should probably make that a little nicer. There we go. Not so much a right-hand turn as it is an off-ramp. But now anyone coming down here can just go right into here, around the loop, and then down to the highway. Only thing left now is to adjust some lanes. Like these guys only can go to the right, you guys can't go to the left. Well, that's fine in there. Let's just make sure no one's gonna do a crazy U-turn in there, because if we let them, they will. That's what I've learned playing City Skylines. Even if there's no reason for them to, they will. They definitely will. You going straight through there, and you going down to there. Perfect. So that looks good. We got the four-way coming down. And we actually had the perfect amount of space in there to get a little crazy ramp system in. Definitely a little crazy. That's kind of our shtick here. Hey Lorenzo, welcome. I'm gonna get rid of this guy. And I think we're gonna do the same thing here like we did over there, where we kind of make a little cliff, because I just kind of liked how that looked instead of a ramp going up for no reason. Because obviously there is a reason. It's for all these cruise ships to pass under. But I feel like when you have the cliff here, it has a more natural look to it. I don't know, that's just me. That's just me making up excuses. And that might be a little too steep. We'll go out a little further. Grab that height. From there, all the way to there. Perfect. That looks pretty good. Kind of sculpt it a little bit so it looks a little more natural, not like we just built a ramp. Because it wants to put a tunnel in, but we don't want a tunnel. What? Nonsense, City Skylines. That'll do. We can always make it look nicer. Get you going down to here. And should we do the same sort of thing where we... Oh, it's done it again. Let's put a slope in where we didn't want a slope. Get you going down at that nice angle. Raise it up a tad. And then throw it in. There we go. That's better. And we'll see if it's actually the right height we need it as well. We have a bit of a pickle here because that bridge is so close to the other bridge. We could expand, or not expand, but extend this out a little further. Hey, Moki. Late to the party again. You're not too late. We're just kind of getting going, getting in the groove, as it were. Doing pretty well. Hopefully everyone else is doing well also. And we're doing our favorite thing, building some crazy highways. So as you always know, highways in my city are always a fun challenge. But I think this has actually turned out pretty well. We're kind of getting a little highway system in there. It doesn't look too bad. Because before, what we had here was just these guys coming to here and you guys continuing on to the right. We didn't actually have the ability to go to the left for the people coming from the airport, or the ability for the people coming from down here to go to the airport. But that's probably not the best way to do it. Let's see, if we put another sort of collector road between these. Even making myself doubt myself. Ooh, that's way too high. Way too high. Why is that so high? How about like that height? That's a little better. Get that going through there. A little more reasonable. Did another one over here. And I guess we'll just do sort of like a standard diamond interchange. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this turns out. How if what I'm thinking in my head turns out well. New here? Well, welcome. Jahir, welcome. Glad you could join us. Quickly devolving into madness, but it might not be bad. We might be onto something. Get you going to there. You going down to there, hopefully. It is very steep. Make sure everything's going the right way. All the best people are mad. Do I have some background in highway design or something? I do not. Believe it or not, with this crazy mess. Just a lot of hours in City Skylines and a slight OCD for traffic management. That's kind of what it boils down to. But that looks not too bad. Get that slope relatively smooth going up. Looks like some of the roads in Scotland. Ooh. That's one of the places on my list for world travel that I want to go. So maybe if I go there, I'll feel right at home because I'll be like, oh, it looks like all the crazy roads that I build. That's relatively smooth. This one is a little steep, a little crazy. That a little bit in because they're going to be merging with the flow of traffic. Looks pretty good. Maybe raise this up slightly. And I also would like this not to have the actual bridge part in the middle there. I feel like it might be a little unnecessary. Let's just do that. There we go. That looks better. Get you going in there. And actually, this needs to be the other way around. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Always good to flip it around before you move it. There we go. Head for Glasgow or Edinburgh for the crazy motorway. Someone had to be drunk at planning stages. I would expect nothing less from Scotland. Alright, let's make this a little more curvy. And actually, yeah, that's not gonna quite cut it. Maybe bring this a little further down before we actually connect it. So that way, we can put a nice curve in there. Nice curve and a nice slope, relatively. Bit, and it's always crazy when you raise the node connected to the road that actually connects to the highway. If you go too high, it kind of bends it a little bit. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, right here you can see it kind of warps it. So it's almost like on a slant, which isn't always the prettiest if you go a little extreme with your heights. But that one didn't look too bad. Make that look nice and straight. This side actually looks pretty good. The only place where this might run into some traffic issues is right here, because we're going to have people crossing over each other to turn left. But other than that, pretty good. Other than that, it should work the way we want it to. And where are the nodes? Oh, they're down there. Interesting. They're underwater. Okay, that's all we need though. Just those two. And then this guy. Actually, that one going straight. There we go. You guys not turning there. That's really weird that that one was only underwater. Was it just I couldn't see it? No, they're not there. They're underwater. They are swimming with the fishes. You guys are only going to go right. So that way there's no one making some crazy turnbacks in there. And I think that looks pretty good. It definitely kind of makes a bit of a spaghetti mess in there. But it connects up to there. It connects up to our expressway that goes all the way down to here. And we did use... Oh, we didn't use the 4-lane road. Should we use the 4-lane? I think we should. I think it just gives us an excuse to use the 2-way 4-lane road, which I actually got this. I got these two off the workshop with the barriers because I thought they looked pretty cool. And also, I just really wanted a single road of highway that had 2 lanes on either side, because the only one it gives you is the single lane on either side, and then once you get up to the 2-lane and the 3-lane, you have to do separate roads for either way. So I thought this was pretty cool. And now it comes all the way down to here, and we'll make this look a little nicer. Yeah, so it doesn't have that sharp cut into it. And they each get their own lane. Oh, and it's underwater. Go into there. And go into there. Looking good. And I think this is 2, or this is 1 way, isn't it? It is. So what we can do here is let you guys go straight, and then, but you can also, oh wait, you can't turn there, because that's just a turn back. Which I guess is okay, that's fine. I guess they don't really need any reason to cut through. So we'll stick with that. That's still the 1 way. And that goes to a single lane road down here, which, should we upgrade that guy? Let's see how this looks, because it doesn't work too well on curves because the little barriers kind of get funky. So let's just stay with, I guess we could just do a 4-lane regular road. And we're just mixing up all the roads. Yeah, we'll do that. That works. Still haven't actually played the game yourself? Well, hopefully, if you are interested in it, you'll give it a shot, because it is a lot of fun being creative, coming up with crazy designs. I think that'll work. So I think everything's connected now with our crazy highways. This is all connected here. It comes across parallel to that bridge, connects up to there for only the people coming in or leaving via the expressway. Not so much the Laurel District. And actually, the only place where it connects are down at the ends. Do we want to throw some sort of connecting bit? Maybe like a slip ramp here or something? Or do we kind of want to keep it just for the airport and through traffic? Maybe we'll see how it does. We'll see how many people use it. If traffic gets crazy, we can always add some more. So we're hitting play. Hopefully we didn't disconnect anything and do anything too bad. And actually right here, I'm going to change this a little bit because the way this connects that one road is at the angle. So having this also come in at the same angle is a little crazy. But if we do something like this, bring you over to here. Gotta raise it up a bit. Hey, MP, welcome. How are you? Catching us right at in the middle of building some crazy highways. Oops, slope too steep. Oh, that's already dipping down because of the water. There we go, looks pretty good. Doing well, good to hear. Doing pretty well myself. Oh, look at this crazy bit. Get that a little lower. I think the clearance in there is pretty good. I don't think it's anything we have to concern ourselves with too much. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Rather than it coming in and just doing a very sharp curve into there, it gets to do a cool little loop and then come in there. I like it. Got too intimidated how complicated it looked and gave up, but you love watching other people do it. If you are like a little confused, because when I first started the game, and I do agree that when you first start, there is a lot of stuff going on, where you're like, I don't know what I need, what do I build, how do I build, how do I delete stuff, all sorts of little problems for new players. On what I did, as I went on YouTube and I watched a fine YouTuber, and he also streams on Twitch, called Imperial Jedi, if any of you guys know him. He has great, like, essentially tutorial videos for like new players, how to get your city started. And if it wasn't for him, I probably would have gave up some City Skylines way back, because he definitely inspired a lot of the things I build and the ways I build. So he's fantastic. If you haven't seen his content or heard of him, check him out. He's awesome. Alright, let's hit play. What's causing some traffic over here? Oh, that's right. All of our ferries, or not ferries, but all of our cruise ships at the harbor. Very busy, this harbor. A lot of people walking, a lot of people driving out of here. Is there a way we can maybe expedite that intersection? Because the problem here is that this little stretch of road is so close to the big intersection here. So all these people turning left have to wait to even just get on that road. You're sub to him, he's great at what he does. Yeah, he's, in my opinion, like the best City Skylines person that I've seen. There's a lot of good ones, don't get me wrong, but Maybe it's just because he was like the first person I saw build a city, and I was like, wow. Look at all those crazy things he's doing. But yeah, he's got some cool stuff. Alright, let's not put that so close. Maybe put it a little further back. So we can keep the parking lots relatively flat for the most part. It does curve up a little bit at the edge, just very slightly. Take it back even further. There we go. Alright, if we do something like that, and only make it so these guys can turn to the right. That way, the only people coming up here are going to be people going to the left. Or we can just change this to be that's the intersection. Man, look at all the people. Good lord. Oh, and they're all taking that cool bridge that we built going underneath the other bridge. The bridge under a bridge. That's really awesome. Maybe in next city you can make a full green city as a challenge. I mean, I make my cities pretty green to begin with, but I would definitely be up for a nothing but green cities challenge. Thanks for the recommendation. Oh, no problem. I mean, he is definitely one of the best, and I'm sure if you even just like searched City Skylines when he's streaming or even on YouTube, he'd be like the first thing that popped up. So not hard to find. Oh man, look at all the people. So many people. But I'm glad I could spread the love. Yeah, a lot of people, it looks like most of them even. I'm not seeing anyone turn right here. So maybe what we'll do, oh, how about this? This is another idea. We'll do a one-way system where the road coming in here is one way in, that road is one way out. Yeah, I like that. So hopefully that'll help with the traffic. And look at all the people. And why are they all dressed the same? Is this a cult? Is this like a hat-wearing cult? That is so funky. It's like one of those class field trips where everyone's wearing the same t-shirt. Oh, they're all going down the pathways. Oh, that's so cool. Let's see if we can maybe get a couple trees in here, because it looks a little bare. Oh yeah, that looks good. Also fill in the sort of weird gap that's right in there. That looks pretty cool. Provide some shade from the sun for all the tourists. Not saying you should, but technically you can extend the pedestrian bridge over the other road and have the bridge under one bridge and over another? Oh, like here. Like have it come down to here and over there. You know what? That is crazy enough that I absolutely love it. And I think we might have to try that, because that is fantastic. Oh, them people running. Alright, we need to try this. That is a fantastic idea. We're going over here. Let's see, we have to find the right height though, because it is a little funky. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's way too deep. Actually, I think it's because of the bridge, or the tunnel part. Oh. But we can always adjust it with the movement mod. Oh, that's awesome. Let's do that. If you have a big highway, can't you have a pedestrian bridge over it? We could go over it, but I think it looks cool going under. A lot of my cities, for those that are new to the stream, or newer, are not necessarily built for realistic, but more for fun. And this looks pretty crazy and fun. Let's make that. Get rid of these guys. Don't need you anymore. Why do we have so many hosts? Oh, and there's still a lot of people walking. And also, what I'm going to do is, because that's a very, very steep slope, we'll bring it all the way to this corner. I think that makes a little more sense. There we go. And I think it's just going to look better. Move that a little bit. Oh, it gets a little crazy. Might have to raise that up a touch. I definitely feel like there would be some sort of like cage barrier going on there. I think the birthday cake built proved that. That was a, yeah, that was a exercise in just going crazy with it. Looking good. How's it looking under there? I think it looks pretty good. It's got a little bit of a weird wiggle to it. Oh, and those people are now floating over nothing. Like a Looney Tunes cartoon. Just don't look down, you won't fall. Alright, that is insane, and I love it. If a truck goes under the pedestrian bridge, wouldn't it hit it? Let's see, is there enough clearance? It looks like there's enough clearance. It is lower than the light posts, which is a little concerning. But let's just see. Let's see if... Oh, nah, there's plenty of room there. Look at that. Oh, and look at all the... That is a crazy view right there. Highway, pedestrian bridge going over it, highway going over the pedestrians. That is fantastic. Thank you, Jay, for the idea. Is there any height restrictions to how high you can build a city? I know there's height restrictions in terms of like how tall you can make a road. In terms of like terrain height though, yeah, like that's how tall a road can be. It won't let you make it any taller than that. But no idea about the terrain height. I'm assuming obviously there's some sort of limit. I don't think you can just build infinitely forever. But if you could, we would definitely build a sky city. How's our airport doing? 300 people serviced last week, which is good to see. There are no people coming to the airport though, which is making me think, did I do something wrong? Did I break the game somehow? Where no one's actually showing up. Oh, here we got some cars. They're going straight through though. Let's take a look. No one using that road. And no one using that road. But why? People are using this road. They're using the highway. I wonder if it's anything to do with the roads from the workshop. Oh, no, we do have someone. Okay. We do have someone. City's too nice, no one wants to leave. Well, where's all the people coming to the city if it's so nice? Alright, let's wait for this one person. If they ever want to show up. There they are. They're all the way back here. There's someone. They're way out here. They are coming from all the way in this side of the city. What? Where are you? Alright, let's take a fun journey. Oh, I wish I had gotten the first person view mod going, because we're gonna be underground a lot. Let's see what this new buggy, where you're going. Alright, we're going under the mountain. It's very slow. It's a very slow drive through the mountain. Is it really that slow under the mountain? What's the speed limits under there? Somewhere in there, a highway is happening. Somewhere buried in the core of that mountain, there are people. Where does this even come out? I don't even remember. Still underground. Is he gonna pop out here? Is it? Oh, is that him? Is that our buggy? I don't think so. I think he's still underground. World is massive or dense. We do have more tiles than you normally would be able to unlock because we have the 81 tiles mod. And I guess it's a little dense in the spaces that we've built just because we don't have a lot of room, so we gotta make the most of it. Nice highway drive here past our intersection. The cool view of the city in the background. A lot of power lines. A lot of ugly power lines that we need to still get rid of. The cathedral on top of the hill. Trains going by. The sunken highway. That's right, we started with the sunken highway. I completely forgot about that in the beginning of the city. The trains going by. Oh, that's a cool view right there. Passing the water towers. This little buggy taking us on a journey. Oh, getting off. Again, I'm going underground. A lot of tunnels. We have the two bridges. And actually people are using both bridges. At least a few people. which makes me happy because it's just a little less traffic on either one. Coming right down where offices used to be. We had to bulldoze some offices to make this highway. We spared no expense. Oh, now he's taking... Oh, not taking the ramp. Why is he not taking that ramp if he's going to the airport? It seems a little silly for him to come down all the way to go in. Might have to take a look at that. Might be because of the cutback road that we made. The speed limits might be way too low on it. Imagine if you could build this game into something like GTA and roam the cities. Well, you can, like, essentially kind of do that. Ooh, we're way too high. With the first-person view, where you can kind of get down on the ground level and zoom around. Alright, we're now on the straight bit. Oh. Get a side view. See those ships? We should also check to see if we're at the correct height. See if those cruise ships clip through. Oh, I think they just barely scrape under there. Got the airport. Got the temple there out in the middle of the water. Oh, we also need to reconnect that. I forgot about that. We disconnected that road. Coming down. Pretty steep there. And now they've made it to the airport. Alright, so people can and will drive to the airport. It just takes them a while. A couple more people come. I'm also going to adjust this so we don't have those funky barriers going the whole way. And actually, that might be one of the reasons why people aren't taking the other road. Let's make those 100. Let's make that 100, which is insane, but we'll do it. Oh, there we go. There's some people using that road. Due to it not being easy, not being a one-way, due to having to cut across the highway, yeah. Hopefully now with the upgraded speed limit, it's a little more convenient for them. But at least they're using this to go back, so it's not all for nothing. There they go. Getting in there. And let's reconnect this. This is going to be interesting because we did have it connected to this bridge before, but now that I'm looking at it, we could actually continue this road from the lighthouse and continue that up to there and still keep the same sort of look and feel going. So if instead of it being there, we got our dirt road with the really cool looking bridge. Bring it across. So there. And we pretty much get the same sort of result, minus this ugly bit right here. There we go, that looks pretty good. And we'll make it nice and level. Raise it up. I am totally okay with that. Because this road, this like dirt road connecting to this bridge really didn't make a whole lot of sense. It didn't look right. It kind of looked like we only put it there because we had nowhere else to put it. And the reason for that is because we had nowhere else to put it. But now we have a new spot for it, and that actually looks pretty good. And how does that look? That looks a little funky. Let's do that. And that looks really nice. I like that. Reconnect this bit, hopefully. We'll be able to. Turn off all that snapping. Can I get this in? I think that's technically connected. Even though it might not look good. Oh, what are you doing? There we go. That's what we'll do. Could be worse. I like it. Now, we are having some crime issues out here because we disconnected that road so long, but we got it back. Everything should hopefully return to normal out here in Florence Heights. We got the Carnival Cruise not going anywhere. Why are you just chilling there? Did we break the boat? 100 people on it, waiting to go on a cruise, and it's just sitting there. Or is it waiting for the harbor to clear? Maybe? Yep, there it goes. Let's check. Let's see those heights. Ooh. Oh, it's scraping the bottom of that bridge. It is just tickling it. So many boats. I don't know why we have so many boats. Because we only have one harbor. But I guess it's cool to see. How's traffic doing? 81%. Still a lot of traffic down here. And I'm still not entirely sure how we're going to remedy this. Other than just get rid of this industrial zone. Which is an option that we could do. But we have pretty much a little bit of demand for everything, so let's continue building down here, because we're trying to connect these two areas together. I guess we should maybe zone some of this before we start building some more. We'll zone all in there. They may want a little bit of commercial down here. We do have a very small bit here. And I think we're actually going to plan on making this some sort of tiny shopping center. Or we could put something back in here. Maybe a mall? The Grand Mall actually does look kind of nice in there. Let's see, we have the Grand Mall, the Mall of Moderation. If we're not feeling too grand, and the Posh Mall, which also fits pretty nice in there. And I actually might be leaning towards the Posh Mall now that we looked at it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe the Grand Mall. What do you guys think? The Grand Mall or the Posh Mall? How are we feeling for this zone? Weiss, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome everyone to the lovely city of Petra Vallis, doing some building. Just got done making a crazy highway system to our international airport. And now we're just doing some more zoning, trying to connect up the area, taking a look at this insane mountain city. Don't even know what posh means. Say the Grand Mall? I think the Grand Mall. I think this is a pretty grand area. Let's go with it. Grand Mall it is. And it is looking pretty grand. This is a really cool map. This map, I saw it in the workshop, and the last map I was building on was a pretty flat map. In fact, it was entirely flat. There was no mountains, no real change in the terrain at all. So when I saw this one with all the crazy cliffs and the beautiful sort of shoreline, I said, that seems like a good challenge. And it definitely was. The city started in this little bit here, and we slowly expanded out down the, I guess you can call it coast. And then eventually we hopped over the mountain and started building a little bit out over here. A little bit more low density, green city type buildings out here. But we're making it work. We're doing some fun things, building some crazy things. But it's coming along pretty well. Let's do a little more commercial to go by the mall. We'll do in there, and we'll also do in here. You ended up rating WDJ just as he was ending, so anyone from your stream was just watching some Skylines. Well, welcome, Admiral, and all of your viewers as well. Glad you guys could be here. We're just chilling, having some fun, building a crazy mall. We could put some of our little custom parking lots here, but the terrain is a little funky. So if we do want to do that, we might want to... Actually, sorry guys, sorry you're building already. But let's make this a little more level so the parking lots are nice and flat. And that looks a little better to me. I think the cars parked on it will enjoy it a lot better than the slopedness that we had. So now when these guys build over here, they'll be level with that road. Because if we didn't delete these guys before we moved the road would have raised up, but the buildings would have stayed like kind of buried underground. So just making it look good. Let the cars roll down the hills. Like San Francisco, right? You better have a car with a good parking brake. Maybe we'll not go that far. We'll just do a pathway. Going in there. And we'll connect that up so it seems like that just continues straight through. Oh. Which I guess it technically does if that gets connected. Link that up a little closer to the parking lot. And that looks pretty good. I like it. Let's throw in a couple more trees to make it look a little grander for the Grand Mall. Give it some decorations. Put some nice bright trees in there as well. And then for those tuning in for the first time, and MP is already on top of it. we're definitely going to get some rocks. No detailing is complete unless we have some boulders. Admiral, thank you very much for the 100 bits, the builder bits. Doing some building, having some fun. Thank you very much, very kind of you. Can I get some little guys? I want some itty bitty baby rocks. There we go. Some smaller guys. That's the one. That's the one we were looking for. And we'll give them a few bushes down here as well. A couple friends. A couple bushes down here by the parking lots. And just another tiny little guy right there. And another. Okay, we're good. We're done. This city rocks. This city rocks a lot. That is for sure. Okay, this still needs power down here, so we need to start building around you. Let's do some residential. Some lovely apartment buildings. And hopefully you'll finally get some power. Because we put that in a while ago, and you can see the work of our detailing with a couple big rocks. A couple bonus rocks. But the Grand Mall does look pretty cool in there. As we get further away from the downtown. Do we need any more parks? We've got the parking lots. We've got the mall. We've got the large park. But do we want, say, a small park in here? Which fits absolutely perfectly. What if we did two parks like that? And then connected them up. So it looked like one big corner park. I think that might look cool. Let's see. Actually, what if we put even a third one and then linked them all up? Like so. Is that too many parks? Can never have too many parks. Admiral, thank you very much for the host. Oh no, I think I like that. I think I do like that. Get rid of that bright green tree, fill it up with some more of the same trees. And actually, would we be able to get a tiny... I don't think it's going to let me do this, but I'm going to try it. If I could do the smallest little curve. And then connect it up. Is that too much? Is that too much to have a little loop in there? Or is it cool? I can't tell. Maybe not. It looked a little too squished in there. Maybe if we could do it smaller. Is it possible to make a smaller bit? That's also the wrong type of path. So if we moved it to make it even smaller. That way it doesn't look as smushed in there. And then when we put a big tree in the middle of it, it looks like the pathway goes right around the tree. I think I like it. I think it looks good. And now, let's see if we can make use of the copy tool. We do that, and copy. Oh, there we go. And we can put another one there, and another one there, and in there. Yeah, maybe we'll put one here too. So there's little pods in the spaces. Do we want one there? Sure, we can always delete it, right? Tiny little pods. We could even connect them together if we want to get really crazy with it. Alright, Admiral, have a good night. Thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you again for the bits and the host. Now we make it look pretty. Oh, that's not what we wanted. How do I... Okay. Get rid of that. Link that up to there, that up to there. Make that not link up to the sidewalk. Get it coming straight across. Again, try not to link you up to the sidewalk. I think that looks pretty cool. I dig it. A little funky, but a little neat. And then we'll come in with those trees again and just kind of fill in the negative space. So it makes it look like one giant park rather than a bunch of parks put together. Some big trees over here. Just giving us little bushes. Where's the big trees at? They gotta be somewhere. Come on, game. There we go. 45 trees later. We've got a decent sized tree. And that actually looks really cool. A nice green area to the city. It almost kind of makes it not look like we used the same park 3 times. And it's just one giant crazy park that has some, you know, similar design to it throughout. I love it. Let's do a little more zoning now that we have all those beautiful parks in there. I'm sure people would love to live right by that park. Is there a mod for trees so you always get what size you want? I would believe it. I know there's like a mod that lets you change the rotation of the tree because you can't actually rotate a tree like you can with rocks. Like when you place a rock, you can choose which direction the rock faces, but with trees, they all always face the same direction, regardless how you place it. So they do kind of end up looking a little unnatural. So I would totally think that there's something that will let you choose exactly what tree you want to put down for the very, very detailed person. Hey, what's up, Liquid? Welcome. A lot of people parked right here. Oh, let's take the parking off, actually, because we have those parking lots. So no parking on the roads. When we have parking lots, perfectly there for people to use. Looking good. Not sure what we're going to do in that weird little triangle. We could maybe do a little bit more commercial, little corner shops. I wish we could get a full building in there. It's weird that we can't. I wonder if we move this ever so slightly. Ooh, could we get a touch more zoning right there? Will you let us? Nope. What if we moved you a lot? There we go. There's the zoning. How close can we get? We can get to there. But now we messed up this bit of zoning right here. Oh, sorry guys, I know you were trying to drive on this road. And then the hand of God came and deleted it. Yeah, it really doesn't want to... Oh, there we go. That's what we want. We have to put our path back. That's okay. Oh. That path. Going right to there. And it's like nothing ever happened. But now we can get a little shop in there and a few more little shops in there. And I think that looks pretty cool. And we're slowly filling up this area here. We have the Green Cities style here with the IT cluster, so this looks a little more like a modern downtown area, and then we just have the normal offices and regular housing buildings out here. So it kind of is transitioning slowly from a, I guess, city core center area, and we'll slowly transition it out to be a little more suburban as we get to the top of the hill there, which I think is coming along nicely. Looking good. Should we do a little bit of offices here? Is that too crazy if we do a little bit in there? Between the highway? Because we have the demand. How is our schooling, by the way? 33% uneducated, 32% highly educated, and then a little bit of a mix for that last third of the population. So pretty good balance. We're kind of not skewing too far one way or the other, which is good when you have both industry and offices, which we do. And these guys aren't having any issues out at the farms, and these are actually kind of funky looking farms. Very green looking farms. They're usually not that green, they're usually a little more yellow looking. But it's looking good. Let's smooth up here just a little bit and get it prepared. It's actually not too bad. I might have already done this last time. Nice and smooth. And do we want more commercial? I was considering, and I think I said this earlier, putting some more commercial out here by the airport, which just might make this be used a little more if we have like a tourism area, a lot more tourists coming in, and it's very convenient for them. And also just give people another reason to use our crazy highway system that we made up. So let's see, let's do that. I think this would be pretty cool. Because also we have this awesome island. Gotta put something cool out here, right? Did I turn off building bubbles? I didn't turn it off, but I think last time we did the setting for hide faraway notifications, which actually we probably should turn on just in case a giant fire or something happens in the city and people start dying, because we actually don't have any notifications, it looks like. A couple trash icons. How is the trash doing? We have enough of it, it's just very, you know, long travel distances between the garbage and where it's going. Makes it look better. Yeah, whenever you have a lot of those icons, it can really just look ugly. Tourist attractions around the airport looks cool, or sounds cool, yeah. I think it just makes sense, because, you know, it's an international airport. You want to have something attracting all those international visitors. And we have a lot of unique buildings still left to use. We did already use the luxury hotel, which probably would have been cool over there, so we could always move it if we really wanted to. But I think it's good in there with the expo center and the aquarium, and then the stadium, of course. Because let's see what we could put out here. We could put another stadium, just the regular stadium. Excitement of sports games in the city. We have museums. We have theaters. Central Park. Maybe we'll do Central Park out here. Maybe we can make that like the focal point of the area and then put some fancy buildings around it. That way we keep some of the natural greenness of the area. And can you actually place this? Nope, gotta place it on a road. So let's start building out here. Lady Liberty. We could put Lady Liberty out here if we really wanted to. The Statue of Liberty. It looks really small compared to the rest of the island, though. Doesn't look that grand. This guy, though, pretty tall. Oh, and then we have the casino. I never find a spot for the casino. Wait, do we have the casino? We don't have enough money for the casino. Oh, we don't have a lot of money at all. Where'd our money go? Probably in all those giant highways we made. Put the Statue of Liberty on the small little island by itself. Do we have a small little island? You mean like this one out here? I guess that could be one. That actually might look pretty cool. We'll do that. Let's get that tile. So we have the full island. Let's just see. No, not that one. It does fit in there pretty nicely. It does look pretty cool. Has to be placed on a road, though. I hate when buildings have to be placed on a road, especially when they're like big towers. It's like, let me put it there and then I'll draw a road to it. Don't force me to have a road down first. Here's a very important question. Is that road way too close to the airport? Yes, and why? I feel like it shouldn't go any further than, like, maybe there? Just because of the flight path of the plane, don't want them running into the road. Maybe even sooner. Maybe, like, there. Maybe we'll do some tunnels or something. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's get our grid in. Start off with the boring grid, and then we'll break it up and make it into something fun. Or we actually might leave this one a little more grid-like, because it is going to be a fairly dense tourism area. So maybe not this much of a grid, but some sort of grid. So we'll go down to there just to start. And I'm thinking maybe what we'll do is we'll get the grid in, but then make these bigger blocks. Maybe we'll actually take out the middle bits. So it'll be large blocks like that. So that way we do have plenty of room for if we want to do a bunch of unique buildings, like if we want to do the ziggurat gardens or something, we actually can place it in there. Actually, that would fit almost perfectly in that little square. Or the Theater of Wonders, those buildings need a lot more space. So I think having some bigger blocks open, or we could even mix it up and have some smaller blocks and some bigger blocks. Don't be afraid to mix and match your road designs. Because we're just getting this in here just as a starting point, just getting an idea of where exactly we want everything to be laid out. Do a nice 45-degree road there. Get rid of that. And actually, if we wanted to, something like that. But that seems a little unnecessary to have that many roads cutting through there. And I did say our focal point should maybe be the Central Park, which actually, would that even fit? It would not. We'd have to do some moving. A little too wide. Or not wide enough, rather. If we got rid of you, let's put that back just as a sort of mark. And threw that in like so. Oh, it actually has that road in the middle of it. This park is really funky because it has a road in it, but it has to be placed on a road. It killing me, game. It doesn't quite line up with what we have. Let's see, maybe we'll put it down. We'll put it down here. Put you like there. We'll see how that works. We're gonna adjust this ever so slightly to work with the park. That's not the worst in the world. But then we do kind of... I always feel like there should be a road right around it, though. Going like so. I don't know why I always want there to be a road right behind the park, but I do. That's just throwing everything off. I just wanted a nice park. Instead, it's messing everything up. Keep that. It looks nice in there. It does. I do like it, especially so close to the airport. So hopefully a lot of tourists will enjoy it. I think that should be okay. That's going to connect to there, which is going to make that a little funky. It could always just do something like that. I'm gonna do this, even though I know that these intersections are really close together. Maybe we'll change that, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll get rid of these bits. But I do like that road going straight through. And speaking of straight through, let's make that go straight through. And what if we, this is a little crazy, made this into a tunnel that went under the park. Oh, and we're out of money. Come on, money. Come on, football team. Win a game so I can have some money. Do we need a loan? Do we actually need to take out a loan? Let's do it. I don't know why, but might be cool. One way's in and out. That could be a solution for sure. But I just want to see how that's gonna look. If we actually want that tunnel in there or not. Gadrew, thank you very much for the follow. Get these guys water. And with this layout, the reason I left these larger out here is so we could get some of those cool buildings in. We've got the museum, we've got the theater. So now we have to decide what is cool enough to be out here. Also, I'm going to take all the loans. All the loans we have, we're going to take those out. We've got the Ziggurat Garden. We have the High Interest Tower, which is insanely tall. Insanely. The Servicing Services Offices, which doesn't sound fun and touristy. The Casino, which we don't have enough money for currently. But it does fit in there nice and centered. And we've got parks. Which I don't think we need any more parks with the large central park. We have golf courses, zoos, but I'm leaning towards maybe an opera house. Actually, with the opera house, we might be able to get the opera house and the stadium both in the same square because they're pretty shallow buildings, so we could put one there and like one on that side. Because I think they're also the same size. So if we did the opera house there, and we ever got enough money for the stadium, we could put you there, and we could even put a road going between them. If we really wanted to. But I think that'll be good once we get enough money. How are we not making money? What is going on with our income? Losing all this money. Do we need to check out our budget? What are we spending all this money on? Healthcare, I don't think we need that much money being put into healthcare. You could argue we don't need that much money in the garbage either, but it's not that much, so we can hang on to that. What are we spending so much money on? Unique buildings we're spending a lot of money on. 17,000. Power? We actually could probably cut our power because we are producing way more than 3 times the power that we need. Let's bump that down to like 70-ish. We should still be good. Oh yeah, still in the green. And now we're making some money. There we go. I need to give these guys power, speaking of which. Do we want to do this? I don't really want to put a power line like that. I know we could, but it seems a little sketchy with all the airplanes. So let's get a earthquake sensor. Our little guy here. Just put it next to the runway. Hopefully, yep, that'll connect the power so we can do that, which seems a little safer. But we still actually need to connect these guys to the main part of the city. And where can we do that? Where can we do that nicely? I guess that works. Oh, got ships going through it though. We'll just leave it like that for now and fix it later. Alright, stadium still needs some cash for that. Is that a prison on that island? I'm assuming you mean this island, and no, it is not a prison, it is a temple complex. Kind of out here by itself, with a little Zen garden with rocks. A couple small shops, and actually, hey, look at all those people walking in there. I'm assuming coming from the ferry stop that we have. Even cooler, I know, I love the temple complex building. I think it's really neat. And all the bamboo, nice bright green bamboo going around. Looking pretty cool. Nice little wooden bridge leading to it. Really turned out well. Not sure if we still want to maybe fill up the rest of the island with some bamboo or not, because we kind of, you know, filled in down here. But we kind of just ended it. Maybe while we're here, while we're looking at it, we'll add just a little bit more. So it kind of tails off rather than just having a hard line. So if we do a little bit there, maybe another little bundle there. And then just kind of fill in the middle bits. So it sort of trails off and doesn't really look like we just placed a bunch of bamboo around it. Like that's what we did. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. Rather than that sharp edge. All we need out there is some pandas. Oh man, we do have the Panda Sanctuary, which I also am a big fan of. Let's see, where is that? Let's see, there's the temple. There's the pandas. And I don't think we would be able to fit it on that island. Well, we might be able to. We might be able to also fit it on that island, but don't want to go too crazy with it. Alright, still not enough money for the stadium. Let's speed it up a little bit. See if we can get some more cash coming in. How's our traffic? Our traffic's actually below 80% for a rare moment in the city. Whoa, still dropping. And it's still looking like it's just all this industrial zone. I might be inclined to delete this industrial zone. The only problem is we have such high demand for it. Maybe we'll just replace it with offices. Because we weren't having any issues with our commercial in terms of needing goods or anything. So I think this is going to be an office city. I'm sorry to get rid of you guys, but you are causing chaos on the traffic. We do have that cool bridge though. It's hard for me to delete that bridge. And we can just include that as part of the road system that's gonna come down to this area, I guess. A big swooping curve in there, which is a little steep, especially towards the top. just getting that in there for future plans, which we are nowhere near ready for. Or maybe we are, because we have so much office demand. It's hard for me to zone this with offices when we really want it to all be housing. Maybe this bit can be offices back here. All in there. Maybe we'll do a little square in here. That can be some more offices as well. Kind of funky looking. There's a giant hole in the ground there, so I'm not going to zone there. We can zone there, we can zone all that. And it's nice to see the highway system that we put in is actually working really well. And let's see how the traffic increases, or I'm sorry, how the traffic percentage increases by just deleting that. Oh, this is also super busy in here. Why is this so busy? That is very busy. A lot of traffic coming down from in there. Ooh, okay. Let's fix this, because this is ridiculous. But how do we want to do it? How do we want to solve this? Oh, roundabout? Maybe? There is a lot of traffic here turning left as well, though, which roundabouts don't do great with. Highway? I mean, this kind of technically is an expressway sort of deal that literally just comes from the industrial zone. And then we have the highway over here. It's really just all the cross traffic happening here. There's a lot of it. And even the people that are going to the right are just turning down there. Those smart guys. Oh, and we have the trams in there, making everything even more complicated. Damn you, trams. Where are those trams even going? Going down to there. Let's move the trams so we can start working on these roads. Put the trams down here. Make those regular bits. Yeah, some sort of highway type intersection is definitely going to be the way to go. I'm actually thinking this is something that we kind of done, I think, in one of the previous cities that we were building. Maybe it was the last one, I'm not entirely sure. But if I do a small roundabout in here, if the game allows me. And we'll put the cross back in so everything stays nice and the way it should be. So highway intersection, not highway intersection, highway coming in, or medium road coming in. But what it's going to do is it's going to split a road off to the right. For the guys going to the right. Also, let's get rid of you just for now. So that'll bypass the roundabout, so people going right don't have to go on there. Same with here, but then also do a link coming from here, I guess underground, maybe above ground, up to here. So people going straight through the roundabout can also get a little bit of an expressway going in there. And maybe we'll do the same for the other side, or maybe we'll just do the tunnel bit. Something like that. I don't know. Let's see how that works. We can always mess with it. But we'll see if it does any better than what we already have. Also make it so you guys have to go. Actually, no, make it so you guys, yeah, have to go to the right. You guys have to go to the right, and you guys all have to go to the right if you're in that right-hand lane. And then down here, you can only go to the right, and you can't turn in there. And same on this side. No turning. Let's also make sure power's still connected and put that fire station back before I forget about it. And adjust the speed limits just a little bit, because this doesn't need to be 100 in there. That's 50 coming down there. So I guess actually we'll do 50 there, 60 on the roundabout itself. And then do 60 on the ramp roads as well. And let's give it a shot. Let's see how it does. It's gonna take a while for the traffic to figure out what the heck just happened with all these roads. But we'll come in, we'll make it look a little prettier. Oh, interesting curve there. There we go. And then let's also make sure there's no junctions there. And even down here, I'm going to make that a stop sign, because I think that's what it should have been anyway. Some lane restrictions where you guys don't have to worry about going through. Oh, yeah, we're getting... See, that's what I'm talking about. If you don't specifically say, hey, you can't do that, they will do it. There they go. There you guys go. You can't do that. Crazy drivers. And let's also change this just a little bit. Oh, and yep, that's where we really needed that cross section. Going into there. Let's put that cross back real quick so we don't break the roundabout. And just change this a little bit so... Ooh. This way, these guys don't have to make such a sharp turn to get off of the roundabout. Hey, Jellybean, what's going on? Welcome. It doesn't want to let us. It knows what we're doing now and saying that's way too crazy. You madman. It let us do it before. I swear, game, I wouldn't be trying to do this unless you told me I could. And you definitely said I could. There we go. We have ways of making it work. Alright, so with that in there now, which will also raise a little bit, the people going on and coming off of the roundabout don't have to make such a 90-degree turn to get in there. Found a channel on YouTube with 30 seconds of Bob Ross. Okay, that looks pretty good. And let's see how the traffic is doing. Ooh, that is a lot of turning in there. Maybe what we'll do in this little part, make it a asymmetrical 3-lane road. That way we can have left turn only and straight. Or we could just take it out, yeah. That's probably the smarter of the two moves. But if we could save it somehow, that would be cool. I think the problem also is that when I did my junctions, I'm allowing those guys to move in. They shouldn't be allowed to move in the space, because they have the stop sign. Nope, don't go through the middle. Those were just there. Through the middle bits. I'm trying to cheat. Alright, we'll do the same junction restriction deal here. I guess that side doesn't matter that much. And here. And there. Also going to make it so you guys can't go straight from there into the off-ramp. You have to change lanes before then. Okay, it seems to be flowing much smoother now. Oh, it's just so busy though. It is just very, very busy. But it's flowing. Hopefully maybe some will clear out because we've alleviated some of the traffic problems coming into the zone. Yeah, this guy is still a little bit of an issue. And I think you're right, Trent. I think we just need to just cut it out. We just need to cut it out. Get it out of there. And we'll move it down further to maybe here. And that way we can put that asymmetrical road back in. And take it off of there. Yeah, So the only people that are going to be in that little left lane are people actually going to the left. It looks good. Yep, it's always never a good idea. It's always never? It's never a good idea. That's the way to say that sentence. Never a good idea to place an intersection so close, A, to another intersection, or B, to a large kind of interchange sort of deal. Even that, you could argue, maybe is a little too close. But it seems to be doing okay now. These trucks are just crossing in front of every car. They have no chill. No chill for those cars. But it's allowing people to continue straight while also allowing people to make left turns. Do we want to do something similar? Adjusting lanes in here? It looks to be okay. It doesn't look like it's backing up too much. Every now and then I'll see a little bit of tailback. But it's looking good. Looking good. I have no idea what we did there. I'm looking at that completely confused, but it's working. There's just a lot of traffic, which is what happens when you have a gigantic industrial zone. But traffic is back up to 83-84%-ish. Couple issues with garbage down here. So maybe we should try to get them a closer garbage plant. I mean, we do have some fairly close ones. We have one up there and one up there. Those guys just need to be getting there. They're not getting all the way out. And I think we kept our budget. Yeah, we kept our budget all the way up, so we're working with as much garbage as we currently can afford right now. But we're up to 50,000 population. That's awesome to see. But the industrial / office demand just through the roof. Absolutely through the roof. Let's continue building some offices. And this is gonna become quite an office zone now. I did not plan it to be this way, but it's turning out like it's gonna just be lots and lots of offices. We do have a little bit of space in here that we could maybe put something cool and fun to counterbalance all the boring workplaces. We've got plazas. We've got maybe a really fancy plaza, like the official park. Ooh, that's really tiny. Why is the official park so tiny? I feel like the official park should be grand and huge. We have a shopping center, which does fit in there. Actually, it fits in there perfectly. Do we do a shopping center? Is that a mall? I guess technically it is a mall. Right by the other mall? Maybe a little too close. And then we have the Pyramid of Safety. We have the library, which might actually not be bad since we do have well-educated people here with lots of offices. The library would make maybe a little bit of sense. Fountain of Life and Death, a little morbid. Or the Fantastic Fountain, which is fantastic. I'm kind of thinking the library. I think that might look cool in there. Let's check it out. Let's see how that's gonna look. A bit sunken in the back. It is a very cool looking building, which is pretty neat. It just does have the unfortunate ugly slope bit behind it. It is a little sunken. We could raise the road up a little bit. the building along with it. If we wanted to try to make that a little better on the back end. Let's see, how high would we have to go? That's pretty significant in terms of height. I don't know how I feel about that. Because I feel like we'd also have to raise this bit. Because it dips down and then raises back up. Nah, let's just put it back. Let's just put you back to where you were. Oh, and actually, the road went back, but the building did not. Or did it? I can't tell. Delete. There we go. Just throw it back in. Let's also do a few parking lots on the side. And I think maybe a plaza over here. Nice place to sit and, you know, check a book out at the library and then come chill in a little lovely plaza. Although that is so ugly. Maybe we'll delete these back here. No, I said delete. I said no. Stop building. Back to the tourist attractions. Is a grand library really like a tourist attraction though? I feel like it's kind of more just a nice building for educated people. Rewarding those people who went on to learn higher education and didn't go to work at the farms. Okay, that looks a little better. Flat down here and then just raises up for those guys up there. And then what we could do is put a path along here. Which might be a little crazy. Could we make it a bridge so it doesn't look like it's just coming out of nowhere? Do it like that. A little low. Oh, a little too high. Find the right balance. Could I get 2 nodes in there? 1, and then 2, and then come down. Perfect. Beautiful. There we go. Move that back to the way it should be. Now we can have that curve. Like so. And then curve down? Something like that. I was trying to do something. Didn't quite work out the way I wanted. Do I have 1 too many nodes now? That goes to there. That curves into there. A little funky. Yeah, I feel like this doesn't need to be so crazy. There we go, that's more like it. And this way we have some guardrails on the pathway so it doesn't look like people are about to fall to their doom. I think it just looks a little neat. I don't know if anyone's actually going to use that. We could do another path coming from here and have it link down to there. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. So if they want to come all the way from up here in these offices down to the lovely library, they can hop on the little pathway, get down in there without even having to get into a car. Fantastic. Let's do a little bit of boulder action down here in this little pit. A little rock pit. And then we'll fill it in with some lovely trees. Gotta love the rocks. And that looks pretty nice to me. Looking good. We'll put some more offices in here to make up for the ones that we deleted up top. That demand, high demand for industry or offices. And with our education, it's actually skewing more towards uneducated. Ooh, that's not good, seeing how we just deleted a bunch of industrial. So hopefully that'll change. There, we'll do another pathway to keep people grooving and moving wherever they want to go. I would really like this all to be residential in there, but we'll see if they actually zone ever. Because the thing I've noticed about when you have high industrial and office demand, I don't know if this is true, this might be completely 100% false, but I find that if you have a crazy demand like that and you do a bunch of office zoning, you won't get residential demand like you would if you do industry. I feel like if you actually zone industrial buildings, that's where you get more of the residential demand. I feel like offices are kind of like an empty shell that don't actually affect anything. They just kind of fill up space. How's traffic? 84%. How are we doing down here in this crazy bit? People are using it to go straight through. That's awesome. Using the right-hand lanes. Nice. Because if we just had this as a roundabout, the one thing I found that roundabouts aren't great with are left-hand turns. Because if someone's coming down this road, going straight along, and they want to go into the industrial area to the left, they have to go around 3/4 of the roundabout, which is a lot of merging, a lot of traffic, especially when you have high volume areas like this. So if you have a dedicated right-hand turn, dedicated straight, and then the only people using the roundabout are the ones making the lefts. Seems to help out a little bit. I don't know if this is like called anything, if this is an actual legit type of roundabout. And an express roundabout maybe, but it seems to work for me. We've got our trains going in there. And I want to put more industry in, but maybe with it being so close to the hub, that's what was causing all the traffic, because all the traffic was right here next to it. So there was no real disbursement of them going to the cargo hub. I don't know. It just makes me sad because I want residential, and we have none. Let's keep the zoning going. Maybe we'll add a little bit of industrial, just a smidge. Also, I am planning on making this not a giant grid, for those wondering. This is just our little way in the city, how we've been planning out the roads. Of starting with a grid, but then breaking it up and making something a little more fun. I'm just going to be deleting these power lines the whole way down, aren't I? They're perfectly spaced out. Going like that. Let's put one more in. Actually, let's do this. Can I get a perfect 45-degree angle here? We want it to be a 45-degree angle, maybe a little less. I guess that's okay. It dips a bit, but we can fix that. Start with that, and we'll try to figure out, yeah, actually let's not make that the perfect 45. Let's do it whatever angle from here to there is. Which doesn't want to be a perfect angle. Get that to be straight. Like that. There we go. That's the angle we want. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And oh man, that is a giant grid. Let's move this out of the way, so we don't keep deleting it while we build. That's usually what happens when I'm building. Get rid of you guys. Link you up. You're fine. You've got power. Don't worry. And let's see what we want our main avenue in here to be. We're going to mark it with the grass road because I don't want to make it the larger medium road like we have down here, because I do want it to be a smaller-ish area in terms of zoning and stuff. So let's go down here. Maybe we'll even do another diagonal lane going somewhere. Let's go through here. Go up, and then we'll come back. Go a little more down to here. And it's going to come out there, so we'll just go straight to there. A little hard to see where I put that. So let's put trees on it to mark it a little better. Oh, that's not that one. This one. There we go. Alright, so they've got that in there as our main avenue. So we'll break that off. Break that. I'm going to put a lot of nice curves out here. A lot of pretty curves. Curve you to there, and curve you back to there. And actually, I'm going to change this to go to there. So we get an even extra bit of curve. A very big loop. Well, that's too much. Too much curve. Go to there. That looks good. Curve that and curve that, and that is going to be our main through road through here. Hey, Darty. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. I do think there should be not a main road, but some sort of alternate road that's also kind of a through road. Maybe like the one that splits off and goes back here. Maybe we'll leave that intact. Chop it up a little bit, get rid of that and that. And this is where we get to have some fun with it. Chop some bits away, keep some bits. Let's maybe do another little curvy bit coming from here. And we'll take that away. Get rid of you. Oh, that's fine there. Maybe chop that off, and that one. Diagonal in there, because why not? Throw something different in. And then that used to be a industrial zone, which maybe we'll put a little bit of it back. I feel bad for getting rid of all of it. What if we just did like that space? Because we have so much demand. And this is looking good. But I think it could be just a little curvier, because we do have those sharp corners. But if we get a little bit of road in there, then we can get a little bit of zoning back there. Maybe make this one slightly bigger. Mix it up a little bit. Bigger of a curve. I feel like maybe more people will be driving on that. We could actually maybe even get rid of that road and make this a nice curve. And we'll go almost to the intersection there, but not quite. Leave a little bit of a gap. So it does straighten out before it actually reaches the intersection. Tiny little curve in here. And this will actually continue straight on. And that looks pretty nice. So we started with a huge world's largest grid sort of deal, but now we have something that's a little more funky, a little less of a grid, a little more interesting looking. Even do, if we really wanted to, a bridge going over top of this. I think we did something like this somewhere else in the city too. I can't quite remember. That way it connects those two roads together. I guess that doesn't really need to connect together. That's kind of just a bridge for no reason. I think it'd be better off just being a little neighborhood back here. Curve in. And I am actually really happy with that. I think that looks pretty cool. Maybe it could be a little more curvy. Throw some more curves in. You can definitely see where the grid was implemented. But there's nothing wrong with it. But in order for this area to even have any sort of buildings or houses, we need some more residential demand. And how's traffic doing in our new old industrial zone? Maybe what we'll do is we'll keep an eye on the traffic here at the hub and slowly, very slowly, fill in industrial bit by bit. And once we kind of feel like that's enough traffic, that's when we'll stop the industrial. Because they were doing fine out here. The industrial was thriving. It was just thriving too much to the point where it was clogging up all our roads. Because you can see they're building immediately. They want to be in there. It's just, do we want them to be in there? That's the question. Maybe 3 squares of it? Yeah. I definitely am not going to fill up the entire area. Maybe just like the first 3 here. And then we can switch to offices. I just want to get some demand. It literally says no demand. There is no one that doesn't live here already that wants to move in. It's kind of a feels bad moment. No one wants to live here. Alright, let's make this a little curvier. I think we can do it a little better. Particularly this intersection. I want to make this actually a curve going from there to there. And then have that go to there. Where do we want to have you come from? I was thinking over here, but that seems a little crazy. Maybe we'll just get rid of you. Maybe we'll just get rid of you. We don't need you. We don't need this road. There we go. That looks good. That way this road looks like it curves in there. We did put some more housing, so that might be filling up. Let's go check on it. Let's see, where do we put that? We put that right down here. Oh, no. Still not filling up. That is such a shame. The offices, though, zoning without a problem, which is, I guess, good to see. Actually, let's not do that, because we do have this cool little neighborhood going on out here. We just need to get people. There was a chance. I believed it was a possibility. I was hoping for it. That intersection's doing really well. Really, all of the intersections we have, even this one, which is pretty crazy and pretty busy, flowing nicely. We've got the metro stations in there. We have so many people. Look at all these people taking this crazy pathway. I think they're just coming into the city literally just to take that pathway. I think that is the tourist attraction down here. That is awesome. Got all those rocks. Here comes another boat. We're looking good. Looking good. Traffic still okay here. One zone. Maybe one more. Maybe we'll do a third right there. And then that's it. Or technically that would be a fourth. Especially since this is kind of like a main avenue here. That's kind of our main way in. Yeah, let's change that. So we have the one-way system going all the way around. They don't really need the one-way system, I don't think. Maybe we'll keep that part one way. I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. Where do you? Put a bit of road back in. Maybe we'll even curve this route a little bit. We want to get crazy and curvy with it. Yeah, I like that. A diagonal curve. Do we want to maybe put some offices up here? I just don't want... I was wanting to keep this like a low density area, which I mean, I guess there would be some offices. We could put a high-rise ban on it. We could zone some more offices down here. And we know they're gonna build. Corner building right there. And at least they're being zoned with something, I guess. Not what we originally intended. Yeah, still waiting for these guys. Maybe we need more services. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. They're like, of course we don't want to live there. There's no services. Why would we want to live in a place where there's no one to protect us or keep us healthy? Alright, I am going to do a cemetery there. And I know some of you might be saying, but cemeteries fill up and then you have to empty them, and it's really annoying. And I agree, that is true, but I think cemeteries just look cool, especially in a more suburban part of the town. So that's why I've opted for a cemetery instead of a crematorium. Although I usually do also put a crematorium, so it's usually that we have both instead of just the one. Also, this entire area is going to need some water and some power. So let's not forget about that. And we have medical, we have death care. Let's put some of those crematoriums. I usually put them right next to them as well. Because why not? A little tiny fire station. Actually, let's do another medical clinic. Maybe we'll actually put the crematoriums on this side. We'll put it by the other medical clinic. Medical clinic could be at that side of the town. That still seems really close. I'll put you on this corner. Yeah, we'll put you on this corner. And move that crematorium down here as well. Fire. We have a giant fire station there, so I think we just need a little guy somewhere down here. And some little bit of a police station as well. And put another police station over there, I think is a good spot. So they have a bunch of services, so they shouldn't be complaining about that. They all do need power. But the demand is just all industrial. How's the traffic down here doing? You can see it is starting to get a little busy. Obviously, the bridge we have here isn't helping. Those people apparently don't know how stop signs work. But yeah, I think that might be all the industry we're going to do. Just those 3 blocks. Looks good. We'll fill the rest of it up with offices. And before they all build up, we're going to throw the high-rise ban in here. So those might delete, but that's okay. Also, it's just going to be nicer for people coming in here when they come past all the water towers. On their right will be a bunch of office buildings rather than industrial buildings. Could also make that a 4-way. That seems a little crazy. We could make that connect, which seems a little crazy as well. But maybe in the future, if people need a way to get out of there, we can do something like that. I am gonna also continue building like curvy roads and stuff up there. Just, I don't think we're necessarily ready for that, especially since we have not even filled up this area. Let's get a district out here. Let's see what kind of name we get. Hickory Park. I don't mind the name Hickory Park. Get that going. All in there. And Hickory Park is going to have organic and local produce. And the regular office buildings, and again the high-rise ban. Alright MP, have a great night. Thanks for checking out the stream. Nope, that's Old Town. High-rise ban, that's what we want. Actually, our industrial/office demand finally is going down with the addition of all these offices. Traffic's still at 84, so that's good. And let's get a little bit of commercial in right along this curvy road, because I think that's going to look pretty cool. And also, hopefully, link up some power for the area. A little bit, maybe. If they want a zone. Man, they're not even building. Why are they not building? They definitely should be building. They might just be waiting for power. Let's see if we do something like that. Yep, there they go. Do some power lines. Connecting all these bits. And connecting up to there. Okay, so they should have power. They all have water. Their services, they were getting a little bit of commercial in. And all of our industrial demand has diminished. But it's looking good. I'm liking how this area's turning out in terms of how the roads are looking. Let's put some stop signs on here to signify that is the main road. We'll put a stop light in the middle. And we'll do a couple stoplights down here as well. That's probably gonna be for the best. And I'm also going to adjust the speed limits on this road. Let's make the main one 50. Starting there. Going all the way around here. And then we'll adjust these bits to actually be 20. Because what that will do is kind of discourage people from cutting through all the small little neighborhoods that we're going to build and stick to the main road. I'll keep these edge ones 40, just because they are kind of through roads as well. So we'll allow people to cut through those guys, that's fine. Those guys and these guys, because you can see even now a few people are already cutting through. And that one can stay 40. Yeah, because we have a giant truck cutting through what is hopefully going to be a residential neighborhood. Didn't realize that speed limits affect pathing. Yeah, the speed limits, because the cars always want to take essentially the most efficient route to getting wherever they want to go. So by decreasing the speed limits or increasing them, vice versa, you can kind of force them to go the way you want to go. And you'll notice that if you ever have used a highway ramp as a slip ramp or a slip lane at an intersection, like a normal intersection. Let's see if we have an example of this. Of course now I can't find one. I know we have slip ramps in here somewhere. Those are pathways. Where are my slip ramps? I swear we have slip ramps somewhere. Alright, how about this? We'll kind of use this as an example. We don't have the highway ramp, but if this was a highway ramp going to the right here, and we just left it at the default speed, which I believe is 80 miles an hour, instead of people turning left here on this road, what they would do, because this road is higher speed limit, they would actually come down further and then make a crazy U-turn here to go in. I don't know if that makes any sense, if I explain that well. But basically, people like roads with higher speed limits, so. Always a good tip, and definitely can help alleviate some traffic problems. Let's make that a curve instead of a sharp 90-degree turn. And we're still getting a couple trucks cutting through there. We might have to actually maybe cut that road out. Maybe we'll move it down to here, which also would be good because it would take away the four-way intersection. I think you've seen that kind of behavior. Yeah, they always want to make crazy U-turns and just drive in the wackiest of ways. The AI in City Skylines. They're something. Alright, so now that can just become a stop sign, as can that. So we only have one four-way junction along this entire road, which is awesome. Actually, I lied. We have one there as well. So two out of that large stretch of road. Traffic 85%, looking good. Yeah, you can see a lot more people using the curves coming around. Still, a truck or two really wanting to go in through there. They do not care about speed limits. They say 20 miles an hour is perfect. That's the exact speed I want to go. But that's okay. And we have a couple cutting through here, but that's okay because that is kind of a through road. Maybe if we do some more curvy bits down here, we can change that, but having a couple options of going through the area is never a bad thing, so we will allow that. Oh, and look at that, we are actually getting a little bit of residential demand. It is back. We've done it. Mission accomplished. It looks like all the bits... Oh, still a few bare bits in here. But they are slowly building down here. Ever so slowly filling up that area. I am going to put another line in there, which is probably going to take away all of that demand, because it is very slim. But that will, for the majority, fill up what we have going on down here. We might do some offices right here on this crazy curve. And a few little guys in there. Looking pretty cool. Got the mall. We've got our large plaza of parks. And then we have our new hilltop area, which is really awesome because it finally sort of connects the whole city together. Because before we kind of had the one side of the mountain and then the left side of the mountain. But now it's slowly coming together. It's gonna be one day it's gonna be one city. Don't know when, because we still have this giant town on top of the mountain. So I guess it's more like a bunch of little towns than one giant city. Either way, I think it still looks pretty cool. And we have a little bit more commercial demand. Fill in right in there. Hey, Willie. Welcome. We are playing some smooth jazz. Just relaxing, having some fun. I heart tater tots. Thank you very much for the follow. Let's not zone these little bits because, once we get rid of the power, we'll actually be able to zone some big buildings in there. There we go. That's what we want. How do you have such a large area of being able to build on? What do you mean, such a large area? You mean like the roads? Like all the roads we drew? Alright, that's looking pretty good. Still 84% traffic. Almost at 85, but it's not. It's 84. Let's get a little more offices back in there. So the farms are tucked away. It looks like it's just all offices, but hidden back there are a couple farms, which is a very weird juxtaposition right across the street, like driving down this road. It's like, oh, you have a nice office building with a lounge area on top, and then, oh, you have a shed with farming equipment in it. So maybe not the most realistic of zoning right next to each other, but I like it. I do want to move our water pipes though. Let's move them down over to here. Oh, like how many tiles I have. I gotcha. I have the 81 tiles mod, which allows you to purchase literally every tile on the map, which is really awesome because we actually hit the 9 tile limit in this city very, very quickly, because I think we only need 40,000 people for this map to get all 90 tiles, or all 9 tiles, not 90. So the 81 tiles mod, always nice when you hit the limits. Alright, let's move these guys up. Not a problem, always happy to help. Yeah, because sometimes 9 tiles is just not enough, because sometimes there's that one tile that it just won't let you buy for some reason, but it has half of an island that you're trying to build on, or something crazy like that. I've definitely had situations where it's like, I just want this tile. Can I please just have this tile? But the City Skylines game says no. It says no tile for you. Won't let us actually move that, which is really weird. Oh, what happened? Did I break the game? I broke the power. How did I break the power? Oh, this was connecting up to there. There you guys go. Now, can we actually... Oh, move it mod. Can we not move these up? There we go. That looks a little better. City looks pretty beautiful. Oh, thank you very much. I am actually really happy with how this city has been coming along. Just because it was a little bit of a challenge since we had not a lot of flat land opposed to the last map that I was building on, which was completely flat. So I wanted something a little more rocky, a little more natural looking. And we went completely on the other end of the spectrum with a giant mountain range. So it's been a little bit of a challenge, especially with our highways that we just did today, coming out to the international airport and a little bit of an expressway sort of linking up all these peninsulas here. Even goes under this little island here, which is a little crazy, but it comes out, looks pretty cool. Got a path that goes between 2 highways that a lot of people are using. What is going on here? They're all... It's weird that they've aligned themselves by clothing color. It's like only the red shirt people can walk together, only the blue shirt people can walk together down that pathway. Kind of strange. But yeah, our highways were a little bit of a challenge, getting a bunch of crazy bridges in. But I think it turned out pretty well. And of course, we're still building. We're just trying to get a little more residential demand, which we actually do have, which is good to see. Get rid of that guy. And yeah, let's do in here. I really want some more houses down here in this area. On that cool little curvy road. Which transit options do we have? We have some... we have a lot of cargo ships, not cargo ships, cruise ships. A lot of cruise ships come in and out of this place. So I guess a lot of our tourism is all thanks to that. We have the international airport, but in terms of public transportation, let's actually check on it. We have a few buses going in and around a few areas. Not too many, about 200 people per week using those. We do have a tram line somewhere. I think it's on this side of the mountain. Yeah, we have a tram line kind of connecting the industrial zone and that neighborhood, which is a little crazy, but we had fun with it. And actually 100 people are using that per week. We have a few ferries that link up these three peninsulas. It actually comes out to our Temple Island out here with our little Zen garden. We have a few trains. Most of the trains in this city are cargo trains. The only train system or stations that are for citizens is this station here, which links all the way down to here. But once we kind of build up a little more, maybe we'll put another train station up here and sort of get one coming down to here, because most of it's just all cargo, big cargo train line coming in. And then obviously the most used one is the metro stations, which still needs a little work because we haven't updated it since building some of the most recent parts of the city. But for the early parts, the early downtown areas, it's going pretty well. Over 2,000 people using that. Population just below 50,000 for the city. So I think it's looking pretty good. I'm not sure what we're doing with this road out here. I was thinking maybe like a small bit of residential, but maybe not. Maybe we'll hold off on that. Maybe we'll do something fun out there. We could put a key on it and do some waterside, maybe like fishing piers or marinas or something like that, because I don't think we actually have any of those. I don't think we have a fishing pier anywhere in the city. Oh, and I forgot we made a awesome waterfall. This is a custom little waterfall that we made. I think that looks cool. Yeah, we don't have any water things. So maybe we'll do that down here. That seems like a good spot for it. I feel like. Maybe it's not. But I think it is. Let's smooth this up along the road. And then I'm actually going to carve away a lot of this. Get rid of some of those trees underwater there. And hopefully we'll be able to put a key relatively close to the road. Is that going to allow us? Oh, it actually will let us do that. maybe we'll go that far down, maybe not. We'll see. But with that so close to the road, like so, we should be able to. We may have to get rid of a little more terrain. Just a couple of those trees. So if we get rid of that bit of terrain, we should be able to get some of our park buildings, like the jet skis or the fishing pier, and put it right on that key. And hopefully it's technically connected to that road. But it's always a bit finicky. And we'll do a restaurant. Why is the restaurant not there? There it is. So we've got fishing, we've got a restaurant. That is very high off of the water there. Let's bring that down. Let's bring the road down. So it's nice and level with the key. And I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, the key should definitely be maybe a little bit more like this height, probably even lower. But it's not bad. Let's grab a earthquake sensor. See if we can throw it in right there. Will that connect our power? Yes, it will. This beautiful little building. It's one of my favorite buildings in the entire thing. It just helps out so much with connecting power where you don't really want a power line. Hey, what's up, Kaylin? Welcome. Now, what's going on here? Some garbage issues. We may want to consider putting another little garbage station somewhere on the hill. Do we actually have garbage here? We have it out there. Well, maybe putting one sort of back in here by the mountain wouldn't be bad. Let's see if we did something like this. Hide it. We'll also have it being very convenient for the area. That's a great city. Oh, thank you very much. It definitely has its flaws. Definitely could be better. We're just having some fun. Making it work. Alright, let's grab our dirt road and throw that right in there. Get that curving up to there. Ooh, that is a little bit steep. Maybe something a little more like that. A little less steep. Still very steep. This whole road in general is very steep. We might change that eventually. Just back that up. And we can throw a couple more recycling plants down in there. And from down here, it just looks like a mountain. But as you get up here, there's actually some hidden garbage plants. Okay, looks pretty cool. Let's lower the strength of the brush real quick. And just make that kind of naturally. Look like it slopes that way. You can walk in the mountain. Alright, do we want to actually do more residential here? I definitely want some there. We'll do a little bit there, but I think these bits we're actually are gonna do more offices. Right in there. And that'll pretty much be the end of the zoning for this area. Maybe we can squeeze a little more on like a side road out here. Maybe. But we'll leave that for now. And then we have this bit, which we're going to actually put a few tiny commercial buildings. And we don't want them to be too big. We're going to mix up the zoning a bit. Some smaller buildings, some bigger buildings. All the way down to there. Maybe even not that far. But giving those people just another reason to be down here on the key. And then let's also just finish up this little area with some lovely trees. Also kind of hide that a little bit. And do we want those trees, or do we want the nice bright trees? I think we want the bright trees. Those are a bit too dark. Now we'll put them a little bit closer together. There we go, looks pretty good. Continuing down a little further. All the way to that road. And looking pretty good. They do need water. Just a couple of them do. That should help out. And I think maybe, just maybe, we can start zoning a little bit of residential. And let's start with this road. Like so. We'll even not do that much. Just do it the smallest little bit. And we'll see if they actually want to zone. I'm hoping they want to build. How's our traffic doing? Ooh, it is getting a little busy. And actually, I think it's getting so busy because there's the stop sign there. I think if we had this come across here, and let's just a bridge over that, because that also works. And also connects better over there. I don't know why I didn't do it like that before, because that's probably the clear and obvious answer for A, why this traffic was kind of getting backed up, and B, That's ridiculous to have so many tiny intersections next to each other. So hopefully that'll help. There is a lot of cargo getting shipped out, but it's looking okay. It's looking good. Oh, I thought those were houses. That's not houses. Oh, there we go. There's the one guy. The first person to move into the area. That's a smart cookie right there. He knows what's up. I'm loving it. Oh, these guys actually need power. Let's do that real quick. Just have that come straight down to there for now. And we have this crazy, insane power line still. Let's delete you. And we'll just link you to here as well. Kind of cut down on the amount of crazy power lines we have. Still need those power lines, and still need all of those as well. It's just the one guy with the neighborhood all to himself. We're getting there. Definitely think we're on the right track. Traffic's still at 83. We've kind of fixed a few problems. We were able to get in our crazy expressway system and link it all up to the international airport. Oh, I completely forgot about this zone out here that we started up as well. How's our international airport doing? About 300 people per week, which is about where it was before. But yeah, we're definitely going to continue building the island. Definitely going to continue building up the southern part over there, the plateau. But the city is really coming together, both figuratively and actually. So I think that's going to do it for the stream tonight. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with me and helping me build this amazing city. We'll be back streaming tomorrow night. I think we're going to be hopefully finishing up some Final Fantasy X tomorrow night, and then we'll be back playing some more City Skylines on Wednesday as we usually do. So thank you guys once again. Hope you have a great night or a great day wherever you are. Take care.